Hey everyone. So tonight I wanted to take the time to do a little story time. So I know this is a little impromptu, so I know it wasn't planned for everyone. But if you're out there and you're joining me, definitely let me know. If you're catching this on a replay, drop me a hashtag replay. So we've got a lot of new ladies in our group, and I'm super excited for that. And I really wanted to take the time to share my story. I wanted to take the time to answer any questions. And if anything's coming up for you, I want to help if I can serve in any way, shape, or form. So tonight, like I said, this is kind of an impromptu story time, but welcome aboard. I also have a vision of creating I guess I'll call it a vlog. I don't really know if that's the right term or if I'm looking more for like a video journal kind of a thing. I am not so good with the words all the time when I try and write posts and put stuff out there. So I always feel like my point isn't always coming across, or my energy. And I feel like I can really do that for you this way. And I know there's a lot of you out there who have been asking questions, and, you know, we all kind of joined together here for the same reason originally, you know, a little over a year ago. And it was to combat our anxiety and our stresses, and it was to really delve into the self-care, the self-love, and get new habits and standards and boundaries to create the ultimate, you know, life that we've always wanted, to really take it by the horns. So like I said, tonight I'm going to talk about my story, kind of my vision of what I'm trying to do, and then my goal is to, I'm saying 3 times a week. That is my goal. I want to create a post, some kind of a video where I can share with you what's been coming up for me, any new changes, routine stuff. I actually want to bring you into my routine in the mornings with video highlights and pictures and things like that. So basically it's kind of like a vlog. I'm going to put all this together into a nice video, and then I'm going to share it. Now, generally, I would try and do this taping through the camera, but I realized talking to the camera is like talking to myself, and it just wasn't working for me. I would hit pause, and I'd hit stop, and then I'd erase it and do it again, and it was just like a madhouse. Hello! So if you're out there and you're joining me, definitely give me a shout. So you guys are going to be my, I guess you could say like my live audience. Like, you know how they film TV in front of a live studio audience? It's kind of what I'm doing with my video journal thing. So that's kind of the spiel. So that's what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm doing. So tonight's filming is going to be my story, so I can kind of get to the point of why I want to do this, why I'm putting this out there, why I firmly believe in what I'm sharing with you guys, and I want to learn how I can better serve you. Okay? So like I said, we have a lot of new people. So for those of you who don't know me, who haven't met me, maybe you've seen me, I am Pamela. I am the founder of Pamelas Essentials. So I am the one who is posting the videos, posting the classes, posting the crazy posts of my cat. Quick fun facts. I mean, I moved to Florida about 10 months ago. I love it here. I love the sun. I love the beach, and the cliche, you know, long walks on the beach kind of a thing. Yeah, totally my jam. But that wasn't necessarily the reason why I moved here. So I moved here to get a change of pace. I decided to take my life to the next level, okay? So like I said, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Pamela. I am 30 years old, and I started my own business about a year ago after going through a journey and a half to get where I am today. So Flashback, roughly about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I graduated high school like every other 18-year-old girl, went to college, got about 2 years in, and decided this wasn't for me. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know who I wanted to be. I thought I wanted to be a music teacher. And the more classes I took, the more I did, I realized I don't want to do this. It's not happening. So I left. Much to my parents looking at me like I was nuts. One half more supportive than the other. and I got a job in the real world. And I got a job at a grocery store. Okay? On top of that, I was teaching ballroom dance and trying to find my way in the world. I moved out of my parents' house, got my first place, had a blast doing that. And yeah, I worked my way up in the grocery store from stock clerk all the way to assistant store manager within the span of like 3.5, 4 years. Blew everybody's mind. But that's who I am. Whatever I want, I work hard and I get it. That's just, I'm like an all or nothing kind of a person. And that's part of who I am as a Cancer, as my birth date numbers. If you go through tantric numerology, I'm a warrior. I'm a fighter. That is what I do. If I see something, I want it, I'm going to make it happen. And that can also have a very negative effect because for me, I tend to overindulge or I over participate in things. So this is where cue the stress, the anxiety, things that I didn't have names for. Because when I was growing up, we didn't talk about this stuff. It wasn't something that came up all the time. You didn't go see a therapist. You didn't go to the doctors. You didn't do this kind of stuff. And it was right around then that I had a huge drinking problem. I was going out every night, drinking every night. Then I'd go to work all day. And it was just over and over and over and over. And it wasn't healthy. But little did I know, I was masking all of these things that I didn't understand and I didn't want to feel. And that was super red flag, number one. Number two, I got into a relationship with a guy that I wholeheartedly loved. Unfortunately, it didn't work out very well. And that was part of me being an alcoholic, him being the same way. We butted heads a lot, narcissistic tendencies, just doesn't work. So there was a lot of, that kind of verbal, mental abuse. It just wasn't happening. And that was hard to settle. So now we're flashing forward, going back about 3 years now. I quit my job at the grocery store, took on a regular 9 to 5. Got out of a long-term relationship. I'm talking 4.5 years-ish, almost 5. Moved out of the house and into my own apartment. Realized I had no friends, at least not my own, because I was always too busy hanging out with his because I worked too much to have my own life. I had no hobbies, didn't know what I wanted to do, and life was just a clusterfuck of mind blown, what do you do now? And no one could tell me. But that's the thing. No one could tell me. I got suggestion after suggestion of do this, do that, try this, go there, hear that. None of it worked for me because I didn't know what I wanted. That's the big question. And that was something I journaled around yesterday was, what do you want? And that's a question not everybody can answer. So, honestly, I challenge you, take a step back and ask yourself, what do you truly want? And can you answer? Can you be like a little kid in a candy store? Can you be Peter Pan and dream of, Never Never Land? How big can you go? What do you really want? And if you don't have it, why not? So I haven't gotten that far in my journaling, I will tell you. Like I said, yesterday I just went through the what do I want? And that was huge. So, just got into flow and really went for it. I didn't worry about the logical side of it. I didn't worry about the, this is impossible side of it. I just made a whole page, and it was wild. And when you sit back and you look at that and you realize, oh my goodness. Now that list 3 years ago wasn't happening. I had no flow. I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know what I wanted. I just knew what I didn't want. And that was to be the hot mess that I was. I wasn't eating. I wasn't sleeping. I was barely functioning enough to go to work and keep a roof over my head. I wasn't talking to people. Like I said, I wasn't going out. I had no sense of self. I didn't know who I really was. And that's important because I really feel like the more you talk to people, everyone everyone has a self. Everyone's got this little baby soul inside. And it's what you do with it. It's how you nurture it. It's how you fuel it. It's the oxygen you breathe into it. The bigger and brighter it's going to get, and the brighter you are going to become. But what if you don't know what to do with it? And that's where I was. And I got to a point, I would say probably a couple months after all of the madness happened, that I was losing my will to live. Okay. The depression set in hardcore. The anxiety was over the roof. I was trying to stay away from the drinking. And that, when you don't have the thing that's been masking it the whole time, and whatever that is for you. So like I said, for me, it was drinking. For some people, it's drugs. For some people, it's cars. For some people, it's shopping. For some people, it's Netflix. Whatever you're doing to mask whatever you got, when you really start to feel your feelings, it can scare the shit out of you. I'm telling you. And when I wasn't using that crutch anymore, now it was like, oh my God, all of this stuff is here. It's building up. It's coming out. Now what do I do with it? So almost 3 years ago to the day, next week will be 3 years, I took my first life recovery yoga class. Okay. Now, this is a concept that was completely new to me. The only yoga class I had ever taken before this 3 years ago was the one at the gym, that one time, you know, where they take you through and they tie you in knots, and it's not for all levels like they really tell you it is. And I was like, I hate this. I'm never doing yoga again. Yeah, talk to me now. So 3 years ago, I take my first life recovery class. The man that runs that, his name is Sal. You can find it on Facebook at Love Tribe Open Hearts and Arts Center, or Love Tribe Life Recovery. There's 2 different pages there. The concept was completely new to me, and I was super resistant. He'll tell you, like, twisted my arm. And I've got messages to prove it. I was, you know, wondering, can I really do this? Is it really all levels? Should I really come? Like, it was, yeah. So I went. So what it was 45 minutes of a gentle flow yoga that anyone can do. And then it was 45 minutes of an open share, where you can literally share anything that comes to mind. So you can dump what you have, you can share on the topic, or not share at all, okay? So I went, I did the yoga, and I didn't share. For a year, I did not open my mouth in that yoga studio, okay? I just went for the yoga. I listened to everybody else, and then I would, you know, share to Sal after by myself because everybody else scared me. But it took me a while to build up that confidence. But what I learned, okay, and from night one, what I learned was huge about my body. The fact that I was able to release these tensions and resistance and dramas and traumas that were just filled up in there. I mean, now I knew why at 27 years old, I had lower back sciatic pain. I was holding everything in and squeezing it tight. My upper shoulders, everything. I was wondering why all of this pain was there, why I was sick all the time, why my stomach was in knots all of the time. Because I was holding all of this negative energy inside, okay? And what happened was, I now had a way to let that out. And that was just on the physical side. To be able to stretch through, to be able to move, to be able to kind of get back into that almost dance background, to stretch the fingers as far as you can, reach as high as you can, spread open your toes, like all of the little things that come with it. And it was really just learning, you know, how to let go. And that's a foreign concept to a lot of people. And it was to me too. Surrender was like not an option. I was a control freak. I had to know what was going on. I had to have plans. I had to have stuff set up, like control freak. So being told to just let it go was like, what? And mind you, the whole concept of leave it up to the higher power kind of a thing was not my jam. I was raised Roman Catholic, confirmed the whole 9 yards, but I still was not, I didn't have a really comfortable relationship with God, okay? So to kind of let that all up and out was like, oh my goodness. But like I said, I started going every Tuesday, every Thursday, some Sundays. I mean, all in, okay? And I would do the yoga, and then I would sit there and I would just meditate and just listen to those around me and the things that people shared, the amazing experiences that people had, and just the things that I learned was eye-opening. I mean, all of these problems that I had, all of these concerns and these issues and things I was holding on to, I wasn't alone, and that was huge. And that really started to shape my life for where I am now, because, you know, it's like when you know that you're made for something more, but then again, it's comes all the way back to it is, what do you want? And then it's, go do it. Why can't you do it? Reframe it and then make it happen. So that was that April. So then January of 2018, January of 2018, I started my Kundalini yoga teacher training. Now this is after we were using some of the Kundalini and life recovery classes. I started taking Jennifer Greenwald's classes, who's in this group, by the way. She owns Jai Yoga now, so I started taking some of her classes. And Kundalini blew my mind, because what I liked, and I think that's what most people like, is kind of that instant gratification. It's how quick and how fast it can change your energy. It allows you to tap into that life force energy that we all have, that little baby soul, and it allows you to bring it up and out. It allows you to expand. It allows you to jump on your confidence, your magnetism, your core energy that's going to shine bright and get rid of all the negatives, that's going to attract the good stuff. And that's just like, that's a spiritual level, that's a mental level, it's an emotion, but it's also a crazy, like, multi-dimensional fitness workout. So if you're thinking like yoga, it's just slow and you don't do much and the whole thing, Kundalini yoga kicks my ass every single time, okay? Because we do everything from core workouts to arm workouts to, you know, a breath work that's going to work your abs. I mean, leg workouts, you name it. Kundalini yoga, it's like a multi-dimensional fitness regime. And it's crazy because that's just on the physical. And then when you build that energy, you start releasing those tensions, you start getting stronger physically, you start to walk differently, you start to sit differently, you start to feel different, and guess what? That spills into the other layers of your body. So kind of peel it back like an onion, you're looking at your, like I said, your mental level, it's gonna make you stronger. You're looking at your emotional level, it's gonna give you the energy to be able to let go of what's no longer serving you, and be able to really tap into your soul, so that this way you can start accomplishing your goals. You start to build a willpower and a discipline that your body will adapt to, because now it's strong enough. And you get that higher connection to your higher power, to the universe, to God, to whatever you call it, but to whatever that big something is that's out there. So when all else fails and you're strong enough and you're there 100%, and you just need that extra oomph, and you just release, the universe will have your back, okay? Now, so that was my first round of yoga teacher training. Freaking amazing. That was the same year I went to my first yoga retreat up in Vermont to Wanderlust. Amazing. I mean, like I said, when I'm all in, I'm all in. So then we go forward another year. Now we're at 2019, right? So I launch, so I launched Pamelas Essentials, because I decided I want to teach more. I want to do more. I want to serve more women. And what better way to do it than take it online? Because think about it, like online, you can reach so many people. And that's what happened. I created the business. My first coach, we set up my website, my messaging. We figured out exactly where it was. And then it grew. And how cool is that? It's like having a baby that you like birth. It's wild. So we started, and I put some Facebook ads out there, things like that. And kind of that old, the old movie, Field of Dreams, like you build it, they will come. It literally happened, and it was so cool, because So my free Facebook group, Vibrant, Carefree, and Fabulous Females, is kind of like the foundation. That's where everybody came together. So I have met women that are local to me, that are national to me, and that are international. I mean, again, thank goodness for technology. I mean, I never would have met any of these amazing women otherwise. I wouldn't have connected on the level that I have. And then my goal was to take everything I've learned, everything I've felt, everything I've done, everything I've seen, and find a way to share that with all of you, all of everyone. Because I am a firm believer that this works. I'm a firm believer that Kundalini yoga, the different kinds of meditations and breath work, and when you couple that with an amazing mindset routine, you can have anything that's on your want list. Okay? I mean, I look at it like, my first, vision board I put on there, I want to go to Bali. I want to go to Susie's retreat so bad. That's my current coach. And I didn't know how I was going to do that. I didn't know how I was going to afford it. I didn't know what I was going to do. But I put the energy out there. I started working hard. I started doing certain things. And guess what? She invited me to teach. I mean, how flipping cool is that? That I get to go teach, and then I get to take these amazing workshops with these amazing women, and I get to keep learning, and I get to keep growing. I'm like a personal development junkie. I freaking love it. And I am so excited to be able to do that. So you can do it. So whatever you're looking to have, whatever you want, it can be done. But it starts here. And that's when, now this year, I launched the Mindful Movement Membership Tribe. Okay, so the Mindful Movement Tribe is my paid membership. So it's kind of like taking Vibrant, Carefree, and Fabulous Females and putting it on steroids. And it's where I offer different yoga classes every week. Most of them are Kundalini centered. Sometimes I throw in a gentle flow Kundalini kind of life recovery style. A yin yoga class here and there, because I did do that training as well. And I'm finding myself getting kind of cotton mouth here. Okay. And so I do that. I throw that in there. And that's every week. So we have classes every week. Any guided audio meditations, breathworks, things like that, I will drop in there. I also have kind of like my own daily routine, because my goal again is, when it comes to the Mindful Movement Tribe, it's to be able to take everything that I know works. So all of the same things that have transformed my life over the past years, and share them. So this way you can take what works for you, what resonates with you, and you know what? Leave what doesn't. Because not everything is for everyone. And that's the big thing. Because remember, if you think back to the beginning of this video, when I talked about your authentic self, it's finding you. But if you don't know where to start, you don't have the tools, and you don't have the support system, you're going to stay on this endless rat race and in this endless wheel. I am a firm believer in that saying from Albert Einstein, where it's to the effect of, you can keep doing the same thing and repeating the same behavior, but it's insanity. If you keep doing that and you expect different results. Now, so you can get up every day, day after day, shower, get dressed, have breakfast, get the kids, the hubby off to work, go to school, go to work, whatever it is, come home, put your stuff down, do this, do that. You can do that every single day. And some people are happy with that. And that's cool. That's not really my kind of people, but some people are happy with that. What I want are those people that are deep down, that closet, crazy, young, little girl that's still inside that wants to escape. Those are the people. Those are my kind of people. Because like I said, I was there with the anxiety and the depression and all these things, and it sat for so long like a lead weight. And I masked it with everything. From, like I said, from drinking to being a workaholic to doing things that I was never having to sit with my feelings. And it was only when I started to sit with them, when I started meditating and stuff would come up, when I started doing the yoga and doing the movement and strengthening my body, moving the energy, you know, and nurturing that little baby soul, that things started to change. And like I said, this was not a normal behavior for me. Again, I got up every day, I went to work, and it was the same thing over and over and over again. But I wasn't happy. You know, but I was told, you go to work, you build for retirement, you have the white picket fence, you get married, you have kids, you do X, Y, Z, and life is perfect. Bullshit. You ever play the game, the card game? Where you say you have a certain card and you put them down, eventually somebody calls you on it? I'm calling you on it. Because I don't believe everyone out there is simply just happy being in this box. I firmly believe, and like I said, looking at my own want list from yesterday, that I will have everything that I want. Will it take time? Yes. Will it take hard work? Yes. Will I continue to need to nurture my own body and build my strength and continue to breathe space in so I can receive what's coming, fight the challenges, fight the battles, and come out on the other end as successful as I want to be? 110%. And like I said, that's not for everybody, but that's what I want. I want to have 1,000 women in my mindful movement tribe. And I will. I want to serve those 1,000 women. I want to give them the same tools that I know work. And yes, on top of that, I want to tailor it to them, to their specific routines, to their specific lifestyles, to everything they need to get to their want list and make it happen. And that's the big thing I've been trying to work on is listening more, is learning more, and trying to help people get off the fence. Because I know that's the scariest part. It's like when you first learn to swim, and you're kind of like standing on the edge there, and it's like, well, do I jump? Do I trust the fact that I'm gonna, come back up? I don't know. I mean, you'd have to answer that for yourself. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust the fact that, you can swim in the deep end? Do you trust the fact that, that branch breaks underneath you? Will your wings let you fly? I don't know. I can't answer that for you. What I can tell you, though, is I'll be there to serve you and catch you and support you. And that's, like I said, that's kind of my big thing right now, is trying to find a way to bring that home. I mean, we all have our own lifestyles and we all have our own stuff going on. Like, literally, you are sitting with me right here in my living room. I mean, this is where I do my yoga. I mean, you can't really see it too much, but my mat's right here. Like, this is where I do things. My cat is laying on the couch. Some of you have probably seen him in some of my videos. So yeah, does he join me once in a while? Climb on top of me? Still a kitten? Does he still kind of go after my ankles? Yeah, yep. My alarm goes off at 5 a.m. Do you think I want to get up every day at 5 a.m.? I didn't. Now it's a hell of a lot easier. But I also make sure I have things to look forward to. So, I write out my to-do list the night before and I set everything up. And then it's funny because I can gripe and complain and moan all the way from my bedroom to here. I don't know, it's about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, like 15, 20 feet. It's not far at all. And do I moan and groan all the way over here? Sometimes. It happens. But I'm telling you, once I'm on this mat, once I sit down and I get all comfy and take a breath and let that go, it is the best feeling ever. And that's the same feeling that I tap into day in and day out. Doesn't matter where I am, not just on the mat, but off the mat. I tap into that. Anytime something feels stressful, I feel that nagging, like tightness in my chest, that pull in my back. I can sense that something around me is ready to kind of knock me off my edge here. It's the first thing I do is, it's the same big inhale, powerful exhale, and I feel better. But not everyone knows how to do that. And yes, you can say, I know how to breathe. But are you conscious enough? Are you aware enough to do it? Are you aware enough to recognize the triggers, the reactions, and rather respond? Most people aren't. Most people react before they realize it, and then they go, oh, I could have handled that better. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, I did. Yeah. And when you learn to do that, guess what? It's less stress on you. You're surrendering to it, realizing you can't control everything. And now you've stepped out of that little comfort zone that you've got, and you've now hit this other side, okay? And that's what I've learned. And that's what's coming with my experience, is the realization of, yes, I can go back to the old Pam. I can always do that. I can be that hot mess. Or I can be this version of Pam, the one that I wanted and the one that I'm continuing to nurture and grow because I'm happy. I mean, how many of you can literally say, I'm happy? And how many of you can say it knowing what you want? Those are two of the hardest things, in my opinion. Next to, the top notch there of surrender, letting go of things you can't control, letting things flow, being present and just enjoying. And that's what I'm grateful that I can bring to the table. That I can create routines for people, that I can share this experience, and sometimes that's enough just to share. The other person realizes, oh my God, that's how I feel, or that's happened, or this or that. And then the change starts to happen. Okay. So I kind of got off on a tangent there. But that's exactly, my point. That's the point of this video. So this is why, like I said, 3 times a week, I'm going to make it my goal to come forward and share. I want to share the good stuff. I want to share the bad stuff. I want to bring you into my home, to my practice, so you can see exactly what real life is like. Because I know I can sit here all day and tell you, you should get up early and do yoga. You should go out and take a walk. You should go have time for you. You should take a bath. You should do. And you're probably sitting there going, when do I have time for that? Well, that's the first thing we do. We'll set up your routine and find out, is it really a time issue or is it a you issue? Then we dig into that. That's the mindset. That's the reframing. And that's the stuff that I am getting better at every single day. That's why, like I said, the coach that I've got, because even coaches need coaches, is helping me with every day. That's why I just signed up for a mindset journaling tribe, so I can continue to dig deep so that I can better serve you guys. And that's what I'm working on right now, is digging deep. Because I feel like I've gotten to a point, it's that plateau that, yes, I've been doing the yoga, I've been doing the meditation, I've been doing all the things, and now what? What do I want? So like I said yesterday, I made a new list. And yeah, there are things on there that I'm sure you would all probably laugh at me. But that's okay. I don't care. Because it's my list. It's what I want. And at least I know what I want. Like I said, I want 1,000 women in the Mindful Movement Tribe. I want to go talking live on stages across the globe. I want to own a beach house, literally front door, right on the sand. I want to look out and see the ocean every day. I want to be able to travel. I want the freedom of my time. And I want to do yoga every single day from the rooftop yoga platform I'm going to have. So yeah, does some of it sound crazy? Yeah. Are these things that are way down the road in my future? Yes. And is some of it things that I can do right now? Abso-flippin-lutely. I can get up every day at 5 a.m. because I want to. I can get up and do yoga every single day. Might not be on a rooftop platform, but I can do it, hells yeah. I can get up every day and I can film videos like this and talk to you about my day and my thoughts and my feelings and share it. And yes, is it up to you if you watch it? Yes. Will it help some of you? Yes. Will it resonate with some of you? Yes. Is it for everyone? No. And that's okay. But it all starts with what you want. And if you don't know what you want, that's the best time to get in on the Mindful Movement Tribe. Because what that does is it's going to be just like I said, like where I was 3 years ago and I didn't know what I wanted. It helped me to learn. It helped me release space and dramas and traumas and all these things that were taking up space And it helped me to create this vision of what I wanted. And then I could tap into that full on. But if I didn't have someone who pulled me off the fence, twisted my arm, and got me there, I honestly don't know where I'd be right now. I mean, they say everything happens for a reason, and, you know, destiny is destiny, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd be living in Florida, having fun in the Sunshine State, having made new friends, discovered kratom, traveling to Bali. I mean, these are all things that in my wildest dreams were on the want list, that I was like, again, it's like the beach house. It's not going to happen. It's like that car. It's not going to happen. If all of this can happen, so can that. But again, you have to realize that. So that's a little bit about me and my thoughts and my opinions and what I've got going on and my goals and my dreams. And I'm grateful if you've taken the time to watch this, taken the time to listen, to bring me into your home with you. And I hope it resonates, and maybe it's touched something. And whatever that something is, everybody needs something. Everybody needs something. And I'm a firm believer that I am that something. I love to hold space for people. I love to serve people. I mean, I really feel like it is my purpose, that I've found my space in life. And I wouldn't have been able to do it without the people that I've had a soul connection with, that I've encountered, that I've met and shared experiences with, and wouldn't trade it for the world. I mean, how many of you can say that? You have no regrets, wouldn't trade it? A few years ago, oh no, I had every regret under the sun, every wish that I could have gone back and done things differently. And now I look at it, and it was really wild, because this past Saturday, I took a class on the 10 bodies, tantric numerology, and how to read your numbers. And it was funny because the stuff that the numbers meant and what I found out and what my teacher told me, I was like, holy crap, how true is that? So I'll make that one of these videos one day. I'll go through that with you. And if you like, I'll go live in Facebook, Instagram, and I'll do some readings. We'll have some fun. But what I learned on Saturday was enough for me to know I am on my path. What I want can be mine and will be. And my future is going to kick ass. So if you're along for the ride, if you've enjoyed this video, like I said, I'm grateful to be here with you. I'm grateful you've taken the time to listen. And I more than open arms want to serve. So please let me know if this resonated with you, if you have questions, if you're that Pam 1.0 from 3 years ago and you need the boost, I am here for you. I promise I will change your life. And like I mentioned, 3 videos a week, that's my goal. So here's one, and I'll see you in a couple days. Let you know what's been coming up. I'll share my journal with you and we'll chat a little more. But yeah, have a great rest of your Monday. Bye guys.